Arrested for market manipulation. That's the charge against Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of derivatives trading platform FTX, who was taken into custody by Bahamas police on 13 December. The details of the case are still murky, but it seems that Bankman-Fried may have been caught up in a crackdown on crypto trading platforms. If so, he would be one of the first high-profile casualties of this new wave of regulation. But the timing of his arrest is strange. Why now? Is this the beginning of a crackdown on crypto trading, or is something else going on? In today's video, we will investigate why SBF was detained at a specific moment and not earlier or later. Hello and welcome to our channel, Primetime TV. Before starting our video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell for more amazing content. SBF arrested. Sam Bankman-Fried, aka SBF, the former CEO of cryptocurrency behemoth FTX, was recently detained in the Bahamas and is awaiting extradition to the United States. In an indictment released on 13 December, SBF was charged with mail and wire fraud, money laundering, and other offenses in connection with a multi-billion-dollar scam. If he is found guilty of all counts, he faces a term comparable to the 150 years given to the infamous Ponzi schemer Bernie Madoff. The Justice Department did not get SBF arrested in the Bahamas, despite considerable public demand for his swift imprisonment for weeks. There are three causes for the DOJ's delay. The DOJ let SBF keep talking and bring himself into more trouble. If you are being looked into by the police, the first rule is to be quiet. Since FTX broke down, SBF has broken rule number 1 every day. He said what he thought in tweets. The New York Times talked with him. His words made the bankruptcy lawyers for FTX say out loud that he was hurting the company's chances of getting out of bankruptcy. When SBF spoke, he did a lot of damage to himself, especially to his reputation. Should SBF have returned to the US, the DOJ likely had an arrest warrant. Although the DOJ was satisfied to let SBF to hurt himself while he was holed up in the Bahamas, they were almost probably prepared to arrest him if he returned to the United States, based on a sealed, secret complaint or indictment. If SBF had arrived at any airport or port in the United States, he would have been taken into custody. If SBF had been apprehended on US soil, the Department of Justice would have known they had the discretion to arrest immediately and issue a superseding indictment later. The extradition treaty with the Bahamas required careful indictment preparation. Arresting SBF in the Bahamas required greater vigilance than arresting him in the United States. The United States and the Bahamas have an extradition treaty. A person may be arrested in the Bahamas and extradited to the United States if their crime is punished by imprisonment for more than 1 year or a more severe sentence under the laws of both contracting states. This meant that the DOJ had to ensure that any offense committed by SBF was a felony under both the laws of the Bahamas and the United States. In addition, the indictment used to obtain SBF's extradition from the Bahamas restricts the crimes for which he can be charged in the future. A person extradited under this treaty may only be held, convicted, or punished for the offense for which extradition was granted in the requesting state. Therefore, the DOJ will be unable to charge SBF with different offenses if additional investigation reveals that SBF committed those crimes. The DOJ was content to utilize the weeks since FTX failed to construct its case before requesting extradition. As for SBF, he only has bad choices in front of him. If SBF fights extradition, he will be locked up in a horrible prison in the Bahamas until he is sent to the United States. Under the US-Bahamas Treaty, SBF can go to court in the Bahamas to fight against being sent to the US. This can take weeks, months, or even years. For example, Julian Assange has been fighting extradition from the UK to the US for more than 5 years. But if he fights extradition, SBF will spend the whole time in a prison in the Bahamas. If SBF insists on a trial, he will be imprisoned in a New York City detention center for more than a year. The United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, which is based in Manhattan, has indicted SBF. If SBF chooses to go to trial, he will be detained in one of 2 jails: the Metropolitan Correction Center, Manhattan, or the Metropolitan Detention Center, Brooklyn. If SBF pleads guilty, he will get a long time in jail. The federal sentencing guidelines, which suggest but do not require a sentence, are mostly based on how much money SBF lost because of fraud and money laundering. If a defendant has a loss of more than $550 million, they are at the top of the list. SBF is accused of cheating investors out of billions of dollars. When likely changes for more than minimal planning, more than 25 victims, being an organizer or leader of the criminal enterprise, using sophisticated means, and running a criminal enterprise from outside the country are added, the guidelines offense level for SBF will probably be much higher than 43 points. But 43 is as high as the scale goes. At this point, the only sentence in the guidelines is life. Sam Bankman-Fried got arrested. It is yet to be seen what will happen, but this event is definitely a blow to the cryptocurrency market. What are your thoughts on the video? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your time. We'll see you later.